Fracking is a controversial way of mining oil and natural gas. It is the shorthand way of saying advanced hydraulic fracturing. It is usually used in concert with horizontal drilling. Natural gas released by fracking normally consists of methane, which is one carbon atom and four hydrogen atoms. When burned, it is much cleaner than carbon or oil, but it is a 25% stronger greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. So if released in the atmosphere, it could be extremely harmful. It is normally formed when decaying organisms are exposed to heat and intense pressure for millions of years. It normally forms in the shale bed and in the denser rocks that are in that layer. Fracking is where water, sand, and other additives are pumped through a pipe to create microfractures. These fractures release oil or natural gas and are pulled up through the pipe. As I mentioned before, fracking is usually used in concert with horizontal drilling, which is where the drill goes horizontally to release more gas per well. Fracking drills down to the shale layers and denser rocks in the crust. This can be up to 10,000 feet down. To give you an idea of how deep this really is, some helicopters fly at a height of 10,000 feet. Additives are added to the water to increase efficiency and decrease energy usage. Sand is also added to keep the fractures caused by water pressure open. Many of the chemicals used in fracking are extremely toxic or extremely corrosive. Some cannot even be removed through water treatment plants. This poses a considerable risk to drinking water supply and the natural wildlife in the area. Several different acids are commonly used, including formic acid and diluted hydrochloric acid. These are used to dissolve minerals, but are also dangerous to humans, especially if ingested. Fracking has been blamed for water pollution because sometimes pipes travel through underwater water sources. Because of this, there's quite a bit of controversy about whether fracking should be used. Fracking can also release methane from deep deposits in the shale. This has been blamed for certain instances of water even being flammable. Several companies are working to make fracking more environmentally friendly. Some of the solutions include making the system use gas instead of diesel and using a certain type of gel. This eliminates the need for water and reduces or removes water pollution. Fracking is now responsible for half of U.S. crude oil production and 2/3 of natural gas production. The U.S. now produces 4.3 million barrels per day from fracking. Fracking is done by a vertical hole being drilled and then the bore is lined with steel and cement, and small holes are made in the casing. This allows the water pressure to shoot out into the surrounding rock, and the chemicals and sand keep friction low and keep the fractures open. Gas in the rock is forced into the bore and flows to the surface. Worldwide, fracking uses 27 billion gallons of water every year. The water used in fracking is normally pumped back into the area that was created by the mining technique. The water used in fracking is normally so toxic or so acidic that it cannot be treated or reused.